What's up, everybody? Well, today I'm here to bring to you another vacuum that is in my vacuum collection. This time it is another Oreck. What I have for your viewing pleasure today is an Oreck XL21. But you will notice this one looks a little bit different. That's because the outer bag on this is not the original. This originally was the beige outer bag, or at least that's what it used to have on this. But for whatever reason, it was missing the bottom bag clip. And also, one of the mounting tabs for said bottom clip was actually ripped off. So I decided to look out for a replacement bag for this. And initially, this is when I was still on the lookout for a titanium silver XL21, since that one's my favorite color. I thought, you know what? What if I put a titanium silver bag on a black hood XL21? So I found out on eBay a titanium silver outer bag that was being sold, and I went out and bought it. And I actually put it on the machine, and being that it already has the black hood and it has the black accents already on the titanium silver bag, I thought, you know what, it doesn't look too bad. But the only thing I'm stuck with is I need to find an XL21 specific bottom bag clip. The bag clip that is currently on this one as we speak is actually the rounded off style one from an XL2. I do not know what the previous owners had in their mind when they put this clip on. They clearly had to modify it to fit, and it does not look very good on this. So eventually I will have to look out for that one of these days in the near future. But for now, this is okay just how it is. And I'm not too sure if whether or not there was actually a black hood XL21 that was sold in production with the titanium silver bag. Please comment down below if this is a real model or not. This is just one that I decided to throw together as mostly a passion project. So anyway, let's go ahead and give a walkthrough of the machine. Got your traditional XL21 C-shaped handle. Has a very nice comfortable grip, mostly because the top portion right here is actually rubber coated, so it feels nice in the hands. You also do have your oddly mounted cord right here. At least it looks a bit better than the later style classic XLs do that are mounted on the top of the handle with the cord hook all the way up here. That design looks very stupid, but I do like this a little bit better. And this down here does swivel to release. You also have your standard 2-speed switch for all XL21s. You have a low speed for bare floors and low pile area rugs. High speed for regular carpet. Also, the XL21 does come with a carry handle on the back that you can lift the vacuum up and move it from location to location. Storage mounted behind the outer bag. Speaking of, like I said, this is a replacement titanium silver outer bag. Definitely looks nice on the black hood. I do like the way it looks on this a little bit better than the beige outer bag, in my opinion. Even though that one looks good on the black hood model, the beige outer bag does definitely look out of place on the white model. But the titanium silver version was always my favorite. You have your nice XL21 lettering right up top there. And if you look really close, it's in the same silver as the rest of the outer bag. So that's a very nice touch of detail. The original beige version, this lettering would have been white. It also has logos right here. The antimicrobial protection with microban, which that originally is what come on the original brush roll when I got this, but I ended up replacing that, and you'll see later. It still has the original side brushes, though, that originally I wanted to replace just so I know that they're a brand new part and you don't have to worry about them wearing out over time prematurely. But the more and more I look at this with the titanium silver outer bag, the more I kind of like how it fits with it, color-wise. I know that may sound ridiculous, but at least the brushes are still there and haven't completely worn out and disintegrated yet, so I'll just keep them on it for now. And now let's go ahead and unzip the outer bag to show you the inner bag. Right inside here you do have your Oreck CC bag system that is attached by a bag docking system mounted here on the back. So basically how this works is you essentially have your bag mounted on the dock, and when it is mounted, the bottom tab right here hooks onto the bottom part of the collar, and when the bag is full and you need to replace it, when you go to pull the bag off out of the dock, the bottom section will grab onto this tab and a trapdoor will slide shut as you pull it out of the dock to prevent dust from leaking back into the air. Because that's always been a big pain changing the bags on a bagged vacuum, is that when you're trying to pull it off, dust sometimes tend to spew back into the air, which is very unsettling to deal with. But it's not as bad as emptying out the dirt bin of a bagless vacuum, but I digress. Still very messy to deal with, so I applaud Oreck for coming up with this technology and making it more sanitary to empty the bag. So let's go ahead and latch this back in place. We're going to close this guy up. So yeah, down here, incorrect bag clip that one day we'll have to look for a replacement. And down here you have the headlight lens and this interesting little edge cleaning light that is on it. This is the version that's old enough to have the original incandescent bulbs. Eventually one of these days I do want to look for some LED replacements, at least to have it somewhat look modern. But they look okay for now. I like them for originality's sake, but it's just nice to have that modern LED look to match the rest of the XL Platinums or even later XL21s that would later get the factory LED treatment. The only problem is you got a little break right up here for some reason. I don't know what was going on there. Right here you do have your belt access door. You simply unscrew this right here to get access to change your belt. And underneath, here is the brush roll that I got for this. It is a replacement brush roll, but you will notice right here there is a little tab that is sticking out here. What this is this was actually a brush roll replacement for a Endurolife belt model. I managed to snag this up for surprisingly cheap on eBay, I think for about $25. And I think I am starting to realize why they were selling it for this cheap, because the magnet is broke off right here. So if you throw this in an Endurolife model, because it has a defective magnet, it likely won't work well. So since this particular version is an ordinary rubber belt model and doesn't have the Hall effect sensor in it, I threw it into this and it works just fine as is. And the bristles are very nice and stiff compared to the the original XL Classic, which has very soft bristles. They are very nice and dense as well, so they definitely do great for picking up things like pet hair. And I love just how stiff they are. This thing definitely agitates very good for what it is. The bristles do form a chevron pattern that funnels all the dirt into that center suction path right down there. And also one other thing, since this has the Enduralife belt brush roll with the defective magnet, it also has the plastic end pulley. So if you want to, in theory, you could actually retrofit a non-stretch ribbed corded lifetime belt. And some have actually done it to these old XL21s successfully. Now, I have heard some claims that say you can't run these in the original XL21 design because the housing design was never meant for it. But one of these days when I do get a hold of one of those belts, I would definitely like to try it out in this thing, since it already has the brush roll set up for one. But right now, it's just running an ordinary rubber stretch belt. But until I find a ribbed corded lifetime belt, I would definitely love to run it in this. The brush roll is already set up for it. So eventually one of these days I will have to make that purchase. So anyway, let's go ahead and show you the model number on the back here. Focus. Alright, XL21-700ECB. And the date for this is, if I'm not mistaken, this was manufactured in 2005. That's the year, if I'm reading the first two digits of the date correctly. Chime in if anyone can fact check that. Made by the Oreck company of New Orleans, Louisiana. Remember when that plant was still up? And for household use only, 120 volts, 60 hertz. It's 3.5 amps, but one thing to note, even though it's 3.5 amps, the vacuum actually has more power than even a classic XL. Not just because of the 0.5 less amperage on the motor, but what really gives this its performance is its much larger fan, air intake, and fill tube. So as such, this thing has excellent cleaning performance. Way better than even the classics. Also that it has the much stiffer brush roll. So this thing definitely has an edge. So now let's go ahead and give this thing a quick run, because I know that's what you probably came to this video wanting to see. So let's go ahead and release the power cord. Don't you hate it when your cord gets tangled up? So, alright, I think I can fix it on the spot. There we go. Alright. Now let's go ahead and plug this guy in. And we will go ahead and turn this thing on and give you a demo of it running. One thing I love about these XL21s, being more of a refined version than their classic predecessors, is these run a lot more quiet than the classics. So anyway, we will go ahead and start this thing on low speed, and then we'll work it up to high speed as we go. There's low, and here is high speed. It's a very nice running machine. Definitely a lot more power compared to the original. Well, everybody, I hope you've enjoyed this video on the Oreck XL21. Be sure and stay tuned, and don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.